Hello everyone, hope you're doing wonderful today. Welcome to another video. Today I'll be testing a resin sent to me from ResinandRitesh. So let's get started. I do a lot of 3D resin flowers, and someone from the company who saw one of my videos observed that I usually wait for 30 minutes or so before I pour the resin and make my design. So they contacted me and said, we don't have to wait that long, and once you feel that the resin is ready, pour it into the coaster, mix your pigments, make your design, and that's it. So we'll see if that works. So this is a 2:1 resin. It is high viscosity, has a work time of about 20 to 40 minutes, it says, and it will cure in 12 hours, full cure in 24 hours. So I'm going to make a simple flower design first, and we'll see how it goes. So this bottle actually doesn't say whether it's high viscosity, medium or low viscosity. So if you have no idea what's the viscosity of a resin, just take a total of 10 grams of resin. Resin and hardener mixed, about 10 grams or 15 grams or so, and just keep it aside and observe the resin. So you can just see at what time it will become warm, at what time it will start thickening up, and at what time it will cure. Okay, so I have taken about 60 grams of resin. This includes 10 to 15 grams for my pigments, and the rest for the base of the coaster. So I'm going to mix it for about 3 minutes or so, and then I'm going to keep it aside for 10 to 15 minutes. So guys, it's been 15 minutes to be precise, and the resin had started to warm up slightly. So I've taken out around 15 grams or so resin for my pigments, and the rest I will pour it into the coaster. So I'm mixing the pigments with the resin, and then I will put it in a Ziploc bag and make my flower design. So if you want to see the details on how I make these flowers, please check the video link above. So one thing I noticed is that when I kept the resin to rest, most of the bubbles had disappeared, but high viscosity resin does have a problem of micro bubbles. So I'm using a heat gun and then just using a small flame torch to remove as many bubbles as possible. So once I get rid of the bubbles, I am going ahead and making the flower design. So I'm getting rid of any surface bubbles with the flame lighter. So after 15 minutes, I have just continuously just work with the design. I haven't taken a break or anything. So you can see that the resin pigment, the white pigment is actually spreading on its own. I haven't used any external heat like the heat gun or any kind of butane torch or anything. Which means that the resin has started to cure, and when it cures, everything just goes towards the middle. So that's great. I haven't used any kind of external heat here. So it's been about 25 minutes, 25-30 minutes, and without using any heat gun, everything is just spread to the middle, and my flower design is done. We're going to allow this to cure and demold this tomorrow. So it's the next day, guys. Let's unmold this flower. Oh wow, check that out. Full blooming flower. Okay, so this is fantastic. And I'm actually excited about the prospect of using absolutely no heat gun to make the petals. What do you think, guys? So if this works for the flower, I felt it should absolutely work for the resin beach art. So we're gonna test that too. So I've done so many of these beach art, guys. So if you want to see all the details about this one too, please check the video link above. So here too, guys, I waited for 10 to 15 minutes or so and before pouring the resin on the MDF coaster. So and then I just went with the flow. I mixed the blue pigment for the ocean part and I'm making the waves now. So I mix my white with the clear resin, and it's probably 20-25 minutes now, and the resin is already started to thicken up. So you have to wait for the right consistency to make the waves at least. So this is how the cells in the first layer look. I've got some beautiful cells. A little bit of it has mixed with the blue. So after about 4 to 5 hours, I'm going to make the second waves. This is dry to touch in 5 hours or so. So I'm making the second waves here. Same process. And use the heat gun and let's make some beautiful waves. Here we go, guys. Check that out. Got some beautiful cells there. So final thoughts. This resin is great if you want to do some really great 3D flowers, beach art, or even geode art. You want your patterns to stay, then this is the resin to go for. The pot life of this resin is quite less, so you don't have to wait for too long to make your designs. Lastly, the auto bubble release is also pretty good. Any issues with the resin? For me, one of them was the micro bubbles. So it is a high viscosity resin, so it's quite difficult to get rid of all the bubbles. So if you have negative spaces like these, you might have a few micro bubbles in there. Second issue would be with the very less pot life, so that means you have to be really quick. You got to keep your pigments ready, you got to decide the colors, the design. Once the resin starts curing, you got to start with the design and then just go with the flow. So these are really small issues. At the end of the day, you get some beautiful pieces of art. So for me, it's a big thumbs up. Do check the resin out, guys. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. That's all for today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe, comment, like and share for more videos. I'll see you soon in the next one.